Okay, day 18. One of the things I might do is I might come back and do some more videos. You know, after I've done this work, I'll go back and do like a whole new set of commentaries. You know, to reevaluate it all. Okay. Right, going from the sphere of mercy, yesterday's sphere, going up into the sphere of understanding. What you might notice, what I've noticed happen, is that one of the things that we haven't really dealt with on the tree, is the hidden sphere, the sphere of knowledge, connected with the throat chakra and the third eye. But as we go from the sphere of mercy, where is it here, up into the sphere of understanding, we're going through this area, this sort of like throat chakra area, the sphere of knowledge. But we haven't actually done it as a day. It's the hidden sphere, and we're not actually going to deal with it as such. But how we are going to deal with it is like this. Well, what I've noticed over over like yesterday and mainly yesterday actually, in the day of mercy, because like as I mentioned in the update video about like day 16, the day of severity, it was a tough day for me, really tough, you know. And someone else mentioned that they had a really tough day as well, which is good, because this is what, you know, if the universe just handed this stuff to you without giving you some sort of struggle, it wouldn't mean anything, would it? So it literally got to the point where I was practically thinking of giving it all up, you know, forgetting it all. That's how serious it was for me. That's what a difficult day it was. So but that's good, because that's what it should be like. You know, it shouldn't be easy. You know, if it is easy, it's not. You're not doing it right. No, but there shouldn't really be anyone on the planet, virtually nobody, that could do this sort of work in it easily. You know, if there might be a few people, but they're going to be very, very rare. And even though I've done a lot of this work already, it's still not easy for me, you know. So anyway, so going from the Jupiter sphere to the Saturn sphere, I actually already made videos about this, but I don't know if I think I haven't uploaded them. But I was going to try and actually leave this as a, you know, not add much more to it than what I've already said about the astrology stuff. But I've actually realised, actually going in the day, because as I'm doing this course, each day it changes. You know, it's like it's becoming more and more real as each day goes by. As I'm investing more energy into it, it's like, you know, I really am noticing a Saturn influence today. I mean, it does happen to be Saturday as well for me, so you know that's probably adding to it as well. But I almost left the idea of the Saturn sphere just to, you know, dealing with Saturn in your horoscope. But I've come to the conclusion that it's a very important sphere, in the sense that, right, what's happened as in the last few days, yesterday, as I've gone from I want to say so much, and it's like trying to fit it all into a short video. Okay, right. Let me get to the crux. Yesterday, I was partly I was hoping for a better day, because day 16 was so shitty and horrible that I was hoping that the day of mercy would sort of kind of make up for it. And it was a bit of a letdown, really. You know, didn't you know, give me the good stuff that I was kind of hoping for, but it did give me a rest. You know, and when we go now up into the sphere of Saturn, which is the highest sphere that you can really attain to, right? And it's a very important sphere. Many people would regard it as the most important sphere. It's the most important planet to learn by. It's the greatest teacher. It's the hardest, toughest teacher, but it's going to give you the best lessons that you can get the most from. Now, when you get to grips with this energy, this Saturn energy, what's going to happen? It's very grounding. It's very it's like there's some correspondences. Like, for example, the metal lead. It's leaden. It's a leaden, grounding, earthy, deep, almost depressive sort of energy, right? But it sobers you up. It's a sobering force. you know. Whereas that other energies that we've been dealing with, like say for example the Venus energy, you know, that the sleeping giant that we've been trying to wake up, that's much more flamboyant and fiery, you know. And so having this Saturn energy activated, one of the other correspondences for Saturn and the sphere of understanding is the outer garment. It's like a big cloak that goes over the rest of your body. It's the outer garment, you know, the overcoat, sort of like a dark grey colour, I think of it as. And it contains all those other energies, like the Venus energy. Like it says in the Bible, keep your light under a bushel. You know, it's very much like that. All this emotional stuff coming from the Venus sphere that we've been dealing with is going to bring out all this energy in you, and that's what's going to attract the unwanted attention, right? So having Saturn activated is going to put this sort of shield, this overcoat over the top of it, to sort of like keep away like a lot of unwanted attention. Just like a lot of buildings have a lead roof, you know, because it keeps out all the unwanted attention and that. It's very protective, you know, and resistant to corrosion and stuff. So yeah, we've got to get in touch with that aspect of Saturn. It's very like important to protect ourselves with this energy and stay grounded. And the positive side of this is that when you start getting the benefits from doing the work of Saturn and working with it, because it involves things like patience. Patience is probably, and responsibility go with Saturn. You tend to, the benefits when they come, they will start off with like little tiny little things, the little things. They're like little things that you just start to notice, but they might not seem as though you're getting like, you know, it's not the benefits that you was really hoping for. But you have to stick with it and be patient, and they will gradually build up, and they will gradually, like, as the days go by, and the more you're patient with it, you get more and more of these little things start building up until it's like a shower of them, and then it becomes like a downpour, you know, and you end up like so inundated with all these little tiny benefits that it's almost too much to bear. You know, and you get so much. It's like being like nothing you do can go wrong. You just keep getting all this good stuff happening to you over and over and more and more and more. The more you sort of stick with the lesson, the more you ground and stay grounded, and you keep this sort of overcoat going. You should have been feeling. This is what I've felt in the last day, as I've gone up from like the Jupiter sphere and going into this Saturn sphere. I can feel my Venus body sort of like manoeuvring, twisting itself round in order to try and align itself with my physical body. And this has activated the third eye and the throat chakra quite a lot. So you probably, hopefully you would have noticed that too. And the good thing about the Saturn energy is it will contain all this for you, you know, and it will sort of condense the pathway and make it more narrow and clear and like efficient, so that you can connect with this sort of like the true astral body, the Venus like morning star energy. Okay. So this is today's video. This is one of the things that's going on. So there's a few aspects going on today, because we're just approaching back up to the top of the tree, and then we're going to go back down to the tree, and it's all about the physical plane. This Saturn energy is very important for the physical plane because it keeps all this energy contained and protected, you know, in the best possible way, and grounded, you know. So it's very important. I almost was going to overlook it, but I've realised it's not. I can't overlook it really. It's too important. So yeah, it's another important sphere. I hope I've made it relatively clear what we need to do for today, and what we need to understand. It's the sphere of understanding. It's a deep stuff. It's heavy stuff, but the rewards are in a way the greatest of any other planet. So it's a very, very important sphere to get to grips with. Okay, so I'll leave it here.